Alright, Alico3 here. Today's video is going to be a mid-end PSA order that I shipped off in late August. Actually just came back the other day. So there's this emission date of 8/27. And it looks like it got logged in September 18th. So the fee was $16 a card, which really isn't that bad in this day and age. Yeah, I always wait to try to find some type of deal because it's pretty expensive to grade with PSA if you're not a member and if you're not doing like the bulk submissions. So off we go with we'll start with this one. 2005 Topps Chrome. Oh, I'm sick too, so my voice sounds like hell, but I'll do my best to get through this one. Topps Chrome, Rogers, great card, and a PSA 9. Obviously, it's off-center pretty badly. That's like 65/35, but still a great card. Next up, we got this Todd Gurley. Beautiful. This is the cracked ice from Contenders draft picks to 23. Don't think this set is really that tough, but it's still nice to get a 10 on a Todd like this. Ultimate Victory 7. This is like the it's kind of just like a sparkle parallel, and then they also have a parallel out of 100. Back in the day, I actually pulled the one of the Tom Brady to 100, and I sold it in like 2006 for like $100, and I thought I was doing good. That's like the parallel one, and then we've got some of these Donruss Elites. So we'll start off with this 8. So I just kind of bought these raw over the past probably 6 months to a year and just kind of had them stashed aside for a bulk order when I found a deal. I mean, that corner is pretty bad. See that top right one? But this set's pretty tricky too. A lot of dark borders get chipped up. Here's another 8 on it. So 8 was kind of what I was looking for on these. And if I did pull a 9, I'd be pretty happy. So there's that. Top right corner again, but the front of the card's absolutely beautiful. So outstanding eye appeal on those. Then here's a 7, which it's not horrible, but it's just I was kind of hoping for 8s on these. I thought they looked pretty good. So here's the 7, and then this one was kind of disappointing to get a 6.5 in a modern card, but honestly, guys, if this was covered up and I was just looking at this card, the eye appeal is like a 9. It looks fantastic. It's probably got like something going on with maybe like one of these corners pushed back, or maybe like a small surface crease or something like that to get a 6.5. So it's still a great card. And then the PSA 9, which I think the 6.5 looks nicer. Let's put them side by side. See how the back of the 9 has that white coming up, and the 6.5 is like a little bit better. So just kind of an example of sometimes you got to collect the card and not the grade. Take some of the grades with a grain of salt. Bowman Chrome. Here's a mint 9. This one's centered pretty good. It's not 50-50. It's like 60-40. It's still a great one though. This was actually snapped out of a Beckett 9. I didn't want it in the Beckett slab. Kind of shifted my whole collection away from that. Bowman Chrome. I think there's this one and then another one. We get a drink of water. Throat's clamming up. So these next two were just bought raw. And when you buy Brady rookies like this raw on eBay, the odds of getting like a gem mint card are really, really tough. Trust me, I've tried. It doesn't happen. But there are chances at like 8s and 9s, which isn't bad. And here's an 8. I'm just kind of looking to buy them and trying to avoid like 6s, because there's a lot that come in and they're just like creased or dinged, and you have to send them back when they're in that bad of shape. But a card comes in like an 8. I mean, that's kind of what you expect buying a raw card, so you can't really complain. I also sell a lot of cards, and I like when the buyers don't expect perfect cards. But if there's something wrong, I will disclose, like a creased corner. This is the Upper Deck Ultimate Victory. This is actually a clean, great looking card. Same photo as the Star Rookie from Upper Deck out of 2000. So a 7. A little bit lower than expectations were for that one. But then we came back with a 9 on the next one. So it evened out a little bit there. Great looking cards though. We got this box. And then after I show all the cards, I'll kind of tell you guys what I think, and you guys can post in the comments section if you want what you guys thought of the order. This is a really slick card, and I was happy to get this green. Supernovas. So I bought this, and I got a good deal on it because it was in one of those BCCG 10 cases, which is just kind of like a sham by Beckett to get money to put cards in like a cheap slab, if you think about it. So this is the Top Stars Supernova Bronze, a great parallel patent to 100, and a clean 9. So that's almost a casket card. Here's SPX. This is great. This card's probably close to $1,000 card now in a 9 grade. I think I saw an 8 or something go for $600 or $700. So for the longest time, this card sat in the 150 to 300 range, and it just kind of bumped up this summer. So I don't know if there's like new buyers in the breeze market because all his stuff exploded, and not much has changed aside from a couple records that most people knew he was going to break anyway. So PSA 9, that's why cards are hard to predict. But great grade on that one. I think that was, I honestly don't know. I think I just bought that raw last like spring. Here's this Soto. So with these Bowman Chrome cards, I mean, the two things I always look at, especially with like a dark red border, is just like some white or like a pushed in corner, and then I check the surface for scratches. And I bought this Soto last spring raw for like $100, and I got the 10. So it's a great card. I'm just gonna stash and hold this one. I think he's a special player. This was a disappointment because I was kind of looking for like a 7.5 and got a 6. So these are very tough to slab, especially with PSA. They're pretty strict on these thicker cards, and it might be something going on with this patch window. Sometimes if there's like a little crease on the window, it just kills your grade. But I mean, these corners look about like 8s or 7s. So I don't know what I'll do with this. I might just keep it in the slab and sell it. I don't like having 6s of modern cards in my collection. Sometimes I can tolerate a 7, but 6 is where I draw the line. Draw the line in the sand at some point, right? Here's a Spa. It's 2001. That's the Future Watch. I've got a ton of this one at home, but this one was sitting there waiting to be slabbed. It looked pretty damn good. So mint 9 on this one. It's got 3 colors for the swatch. Beautiful. And this card hasn't exploded like the others, like the Topps Chrome and the Contenders, but I think in the future it will, because it's the same. It's the SP Authentic Future Watch like the Brady. It's just got a relic instead of no relic. Here's the Moss. This is the die cut Future Watch to 500. Great card. And a PSA 9. It's really hard to get 10s in this, and then the base one to 2000. I don't think I've ever gotten one. I've sent a bunch of those in over the past 9 years. Bowman Chrome Ben. Pretty sure this was snapped out of a Beckett 9 holder or Beckett 9.5 holder. I don't think I bought it raw, but could be wrong. It's hard to recall some of these cards because they were sitting in my office for like 6 months. So we got a mint 9 on that one. This is pretty slick. This is a Lindor. This is the Topps Chrome Draft Refractor. I bought this last spring, summer, raw. It looked nice when it came in, so I just sent it in. PSA 10, that's the 500. That card's got some crazy shine. That's like some 1990s shine going on with that one. Here's the Rookies and Stars Breeze. So I didn't have crazy expectations for this, and it's got a really bad corner. It looks like a 7 corner right there. And some chipping on the top here. That's very common with this set, though. It's the same photo as the base, but it's just got a sticker and it's signed. But this card's exploded too. And there is a print run of this to 230. It's not numbered, but there's a print on it to 230. Just a little side note. Moss. Got a couple of these to close out the order. We got the Future Watch in an 8. And this is the base version out of 2000. A little bit of white here showing, which is pretty common. And then this edge right here. See that little edge push in? I think this would be a 9 without that. But that kind of takes away from the card, in my opinion. And then we got this 9. So overall, and this one looks pretty damn good. That top right corner might be the only thing holding this one back from a 10. The front's pretty clean too. So that's it, guys. I thought it was a successful order. I didn't have crazy expectations going in, and I got the cards back. Took a while, but got them back, and I was able to show you guys. So let me know in the comments section, guys, what you think about this order. And I got some more content coming out later this week.